everyone, what's going on? I'm Eternunique and welcome back to Let's Play The Lion King. We are now on Simba's Return, which is a very interesting level as you can see by the map here. This level is nothing but a big maze, and it is not a level I enjoy. This is also the level where, as you might have known from the first part of this Let's Play, I could not beat this game, and this is the level where my brother and my cousins spent like the whole weekend trying to get past because it's such a huge maze. I do not like this level. And right here, if you go up there and defeat those hyenas, you would get a 1-up if you need it, by the way. I just wanted to mention that. I just wanted to show where a 1-up was in case you need it. I'm going to be showing off where a couple 1-ups are, but I'm not going to be getting them because I'm at full lives for difficult mode. But yeah, this is the level where I watched my brother and my cousins try to beat that one weekend, and we just couldn't do it. We literally spent like the whole weekend trying to beat this level. I don't know why we couldn't. We just couldn't. We might not have had enough lives in the game or whatever, but we just couldn't beat this level for whatever reason. We eventually did, and we eventually did beat the game, but this is the level I remember having so much trouble on and watching my brother and them try to beat it that one weekend. So, but yeah, this level's a big maze, and I get lost in it. There's another 1-up here, by the way. If you go over to the right side and jump down, and there'll be a 1-up there as well. But what you have to do on this level is every time you enter an area, there's going to be some hyenas. You have to beat the hyenas that's in each room in order to proceed. Kind of think of it like the doors are locked until you defeat the enemies in the room, kind of thing. And sometimes getting through these doors do not want to work because you can stand right in front of it and hit. You're supposed to hit up on the D-pad, and Simba's supposed to go through the doors, but he doesn't always want to do that. But right here is a extra boost to our life meter, so make sure to get that, and that gives us a full life meter, so make sure to get that as well. But yeah, this level is nothing but a huge maze, and you know, for obvious reasons, it's not a very well liked level. And oh my goodness, it's a big maze. That's all I can really say on it. I'm trying to show off where everything is on the level. There's a few extra lives we can get, and I was saving that bug. It was at the beginning because I knew I was going to need it eventually, and I didn't want to get it and not need it until I actually needed it. So, but yeah, the whole gimmick of this level is trying to work your way up to Pride Rock. As you can see there in the background, Pride Rock is not looking good, and the whole Pride Lands is kind of fallen to ruin because, well, as we know from the movie, Scar let everything get out of hand and brought the hyenas in, and that kind of ruined the whole quote-unquote circle of life. And yeah, this part here, this is a good way to like jump down and really attack the hyenas and show off Simba's most powerful move, which we're going to be needing for the next level as well. So you could like jump down on them, and Simba can just like start slapping them all over the place, and that does a lot of damage to the enemies. So yeah, right here, this is the room that kind of got me confused a lot when I was a kid, because you have like 3 different holes here, or entrances, and it can get confusing. Like I said, this whole level is nothing but a big maze for obvious reasons. So I'm trying to show the correct path and show you where to go, so make sure to just follow along. Follow where I go. There's, again, I was showing off where a couple 1-ups and stuff could be got, because you might need them for the next level as well, because the next level is going to be our final level of the game. We're almost done. We're literally at the end game. I know, this game goes by fast, but then again, it's a Super Nintendo game and it's based off the Lion King movie, so it's not going to be like a 30-hour game or anything like that. Unless like you're having a lot of trouble. This is the final room. You beat these 3 hyenas and you beat the level. Literally, you just beat these 3 hyenas and you're done with this level. And I always remember that because I always got to that room and I remembered that room for obvious reasons. So, alright, so here is Pride Rock's map. There's not a whole lot of items on this one. And let's go ahead and get started. This is where we're gonna finally face off with Scar. Your best method to fighting Scar is to jump on him and do that whole slappy move, like I just did there, because again, that does a lot of damage. Be careful on this level. There's a lot of like swinging things you have to swing on, and there's a lot of like pits you could fall into. Be very careful. Try not to go like too fast. This level isn't very big, even though it's the last level of the game. But there's a lot of gimmicks to it. As you can see there, lightning just struck and caught the platform on fire, and that guy is just like burning in it. That's kind of a bad way to go. But lightning's gonna strike these and be careful, by the way, to not fall down here, because this is just gonna lead you back to the beginning. And do that. So lightning is going to strike these platforms and it's going to block your path. There's a reason for that, because you're not supposed to go that way. And I'll be showing off a very good example of that in here in just like a couple minutes, really. So you can jump over here and then get that bug and then jump back like I just did, and then take the top path after you get that bug. And this is going to lead you on the correct path. There's no like really hidden secrets for this level. It's just kind of straightforward. Like I said, the really only gimmick is the lightning and the fire. Oh, that guy just kind of like jumped off the cliff, so we don't have to worry about him. That makes our job a lot easier. Thank you, hyena. We'll just take care of your friend instead. Like that. So you notice that Pride Rock's on fire like it was in the movie. You might be thinking, how do I get over this fire? Well, you just jump. You just literally jump over it. Be very careful here. I've fallen off of this a lot. I'm used to it now, but in this area, I've fallen down into the pits and had to restart the level. So be careful there. You just gotta kind of jump with like timing, is what I'm trying to say. And be very careful there. So we're doing our second round with Scar. There's 3 rounds you have to fight with Scar. One was at the beginning of the level, and then halfway through the level, which is where we're at now. And then the last part will be when we get to the end of the level. So we gotta keep climbing up. We're literally on Pride Rock, where they stood like at the beginning in the movie and showed off the newborn prince and everything. But we're gonna have to make our way up to the very top of Pride Rock and fight Scar like it was in the movie. Because in the movie, Simba chased Scar all the way up to the top, and then he fought him, and then he threw him over the ledge. Well, guess what we get to do in this game? We get to throw Scar over the ledge, and you'll see what I mean when we get to that part here in just a couple minutes. We're almost to that part where the puzzle gimmick comes in for this level. I'm just gonna take care of these hyenas. Don't worry about taking damage too much at this point. Try to be careful though not to take too much damage. Like right now my health is at half, and that's because I've been fighting the hyenas and trying to get them out of my way. You can literally bypass them if you want to though. You don't have to fight them. I just like fighting them, but that's not always the best idea because they can take a lot of health off of you. So here's the part. The fire's gonna block off some platforms, and you're gonna get over here and you're gonna be like, okay, where do I go? Well, if you wait for just a second, the platform on top is gonna clear out the fire and you could jump on it, and then you jump up here and you might be thinking, okay, now where do I go? I jump up here and those platforms are on fire, but there's platforms above me I need to get up to, so where do I go? Well, obviously not that way, because that fire is not gonna go out. So let's make our way back over to where we was by going down, up, and then down again, and then up again. And then we're going to jump back up onto this platform. So we can't go that way, but if you turn around, you notice that these platforms are now open up to us. And that's all you do. You just wait for the fire to clear, and then you make your way up. So I'm going to make a save here, because this is going to be our final battle with Scar. We're literally at the top of Pride Rock, and we have to fight Scar again. Be very careful here. If you can, try to do that jumping move. I'm trying to do it here, but it's not really letting me do it here. Try to do that jumping move if you can, because that's going to do a lot of damage to Scar. But again, sometimes that doesn't always work. Like, I'm trying to get it to go, and Scar's just not having it. He's like, nope, not today, Simba. You're not gonna slap me today, even though you're slapping me. You're not. Oh, there we go. If you can do that move, that does a lot of damage to him, so that's our best bet. You can fight him this way too. It's just gonna take a little bit longer, especially on difficult mode. He takes a lot more hits. I'm not sure the exact number of hits he takes, and then he just decides to kill me. Okay, because my health was kind of low, so I had to reload for my save and then try again. But he does take a lot of hits on difficult mode. I'm not sure how many hits he takes on each mode, like easy, normal, and difficult. I just know he takes a lot of hits on difficult. There's the method I was trying to do, where I like jump back away and then jump on him again. That is your best bet right here in finding Scar, because if you jump and then jump away and then jump back on him again, when you jump away and he tries to like smack you, he can't hit you because you jumped away. Now that doesn't always work, mind you, but he can. Now when he gets to this point where he's just like laughing, he's done. So all you gotta do is just and throw him off the cliff, and then that's it. We have officially beaten the game. Now how you throw Scar is you go up to him, and when he's doing that laughing method of like, well, I call it laughing, but he might be like trying to catch his breath, poor guy. You just go up to him and you hit the jump and slash buttons at the same time, which I think is X and A on the Super Nintendo. I'm trying to remember the controls here. I don't really look at buttons when I play games. I just know what button does what. But yeah, you just do that and Simba will throw him. Make sure you're near the ledge though when you throw him, because then the game will count it as the victory and then you beat the game. And he goes flying off. So, but yeah, that's it. We defeated Scar and we took our place as King, just like we saw in the movie. Simba is now the new King, and that's it. We've beaten the game. So now we're just gonna sit here and watch Simba enjoy his victory and listen to his awesome music that's playing in the background.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
And there's that lightning noise again. So here's the credits. By the way, this is the only time this song shows up in the game. We all know what this song is. It's Can You Feel the Love Tonight, that was played during the movie during a very romantic scene, if I'll say so myself, and putting that lightly. This is the only time this song appears in the game, even though Nala was never in the game itself, but they decided to put this song in. There was a lot of different music in this game that I really did enjoy as a child, and even to this day, me being an adult, sometimes I'll listen to the Lion King music still, just because it's such good music. But yeah, that game, the Lion King game on Super Nintendo, is something that always will mean a lot to me, because like I said in the first video when I was telling how I got into the Lion King and everything, I just really enjoyed this movie, and it's still my favorite movie of all time. I love the animated movie, but I also like the recent live action movie, which I know a lot of people didn't like, but I thought it was really good. When the live action movie came out in like 2019, I went and saw it with my husband, 𝗪𝗁𝗪𝗂𝐴 Adventures, and we liked it together, and he likes Lion King just as much as I do, so it was like, oh, okay, we can enjoy it together and we can talk about it and all this other stuff. So, but yeah, I really do enjoy this game. It does hold a lot of memories for me, and I like to go back and play it every once in a while. So I was glad I could go back and redo this LP, because I've been wanting to do this again for a while, and I've been meaning to do this LP again because I didn't really like how the old one was. You can still go back and watch the old one if you want to, because it's still on my archives channel, and I always have a link to my archives channel in my video descriptions. So there is like a montage of the old LP. It's not fully there, but you can still go back and watch it. So if you want to see the old LP, it's still there in a montage form. But I'm glad I got to redo this LP, and I'm glad I was able to beat the game and do it in a way that is more detailed than I did the old LP. And I hope everybody enjoyed this LP, and I hope it helped you guys and girls to be able to beat this game if you've never beaten this game and wanted to. And I hope that it helped you guys and girls 100% it like I did for this LP. So you're thinking we're done, right? We beaten the game, we're done. Not quite. There's one more video that I have that I'm going to be releasing that shows off some bonus stuff with the game, because there's too many games I didn't show off in this LP that I wanted to show off, and there's some extra stuff that I want to show off with the Disney Classics version as well. So we're going to have a bonus episode, but this is it for the main game. We've beaten the story, we done what we sought out to do with this LP, and I'm just going to release this bonus video and then we're officially done with it. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video, thank you for watching this LP, and I hoped you enjoyed it. And I just want to say thank you again for amazing 10 years, because this is part of my 10-year celebration, this LP is. And I'm just thankful for each viewer that watches these videos and comments and all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the bonus episode of Let's Play The Lion King. Take care, everyone.